Hey guys, it's Daniel. The following is a clip from my video on Frances Bean Cobain and her father Kurt. If you want to see the full video, it's linked below. When it comes to Kurt Cobain documentaries, the most famous one is of course Montage of Heck. Interestingly, Frances Bean Cobain is actually one of the executive producers of the film. The film had its international premiere at the Sundance Film Festival on January 24th, 2015, and its wider release on May 4th of 2015. About a month earlier, on April 8, 2015, Rolling Stone released an interview with Frances Bean Cobain and journalist David Fricke. At one point in this interview, Frances Bean Cobain shared her thoughts on Montage of Heck. Quote, "It's emotional journalism. It's the closest thing to having Kurt tell his own story in his own words, by his own aesthetic, his own perception of the world. It paints a portrait of a man attempting to cope with being a human. When Brett, the director, and I first met, I was very specific about what I wanted to see, how I wanted Kurt to be represented. I told him, I don't want the mythology of Kurt or the romanticism. Even though Kurt died in the most horrific way possible, there is this mythology, this romanticism that surrounds him, because he's 27 forever. The shelf life of an artist or a musician isn't particularly long. Kurt has gotten to icon status because he will never age. He will always be relevant and always be beautiful. There is with any great artist a little maniacness and insanity. Tropic of Cancer is one of my favorite books. An author, Henry Miller, had this work ethic where he would get out of bed every day and force himself to write 5 pages. It taught me that if you do the work, you progress. So many people were content to settle. My dad was exceptionally ambitious, but he had a lot thrown on him, exceeding his ambition. He wanted his band to be successful, but he didn't want to be the voice of a generation. For me, the film provided a lot more factual information about my father, not just tales that were misconstrued, misremembered, rehashed, retold 10 different ways. It was factual evidence of who my father was as a child, as a teenager, as a man, as a husband, as an artist. It explored every single aspect of who he was as a human being.